Alright, get your popcorn out, get comfy, cause some ish is going down. So prom season is coming up, and I know y'all hyped about it because it's probably the closest thing you'll get to feeling like Cinderella or Prince Charming. I was ready for prom like way before it actually happened. I got my dress and shoes in grade 10. That's how prepared I was. I mean, like, I wasn't actually thinking about it. It was only because I was in Hong Kong at the time and stuff is cheaper there, so yeah. So in grade 12, I was ready. There was nothing that was going to stop me from going to prom. But it wasn't any walk in the park. There was drama. There was this one guy I really wanted to go to prom with, and I didn't want to go with anyone except him. He was my ex-boyfriend. Let's call him, I don't know, Christoph. Because let me tell you, he ain't any Prince Charming. But he's an awesome guy. Let me explain. We've been close friends since grade 9, we broke up in grade 10, but we're still bros, so I was like, yeah, of course I'd want to go with him. So in the beginning of the school year, I'm already thinking about it, and I asked Christoph whether he was going to prom or not. He responded, probably not, because it just wasn't his kind of thing. And I was like, alright, if he doesn't go, that's cool, I'll chill with my girls, but it was just way too early in the game to be upset. Here's where the drama comes in. There was this grade 10 girl at the time who was getting super close to Christoph, and her sudden friendship with him seemed fishy, so I asked her about it. This girl had no shame. She straight up said that she wanted to go with Christoph to prom and she wanted him to ask her. Let's call her, you know what, let's just call her Cinderella. Might as well, because this girl wanted to go to the ball so badly. I was all like, you're only in grade 10, like, sit down. But I didn't say anything, of course, and I just left her to fantasize about the ball. I just minded my own business. Of course, I wasn't going to tell her that I wanted to go to prom with Christoph because that would have been super awkward and probably the end of me, so of course I didn't say anything. So, you know, I waited a while, just slowly waiting for the perfect time to ask. It was kind of a struggle to see another person get close to him, I'm not gonna lie. I am a very friends-jealous person, so it was hard watching Cinderella and Christoph's friendship like it was some kind of slice of life anime. Finally, May comes around and we had to buy our tickets. So early May, I went up to Christoph and I asked him again if he was going to prom. And he freaking said yes! Oh my gosh. I was like, what the, why? And he was like, this other mutual friend is going, so I'm going to... And I was like, thank you, Lord. It was time to execute the Operation PROM. I was starting to plan out how I would ask him and what would actually happen if he said yes or no. So I thought and thought, and finally I crafted the master plan. Alright, here's how it's going down. I have 5th period off and his birthday is coming up. I could run to get him bubble tea for his birthday, and on the cuff, I'll write, will you go to prom with me on it? And I would hand it to him right after 5th period so I could go home and cry if I got rejected, or leave school feeling amazing. So on promposal day, I executed the plan. I was shaking so hard while I waited outside his classroom. I got cold sweat, my hands were gross, I was just a total mess on the inside. Finally, his classroom door opens, I see him and I'm about to walk to him, until Cinderella pops out of nowhere and starts talking to him like no tomorrow. I'm just standing there awkwardly waiting for her to leave, and he sees me. Finally, the princess leaves, and I walk to him and I give him the bubble tea in the clear plastic bag and tell him, happy birthday. He smiles and thanks me and we start walking together down the stairs to the cafeteria. And I was like, wait, did he not read the cup? So like, I kind of murmur to him, read the cup. And he was like, what? And I was like, read the cup. And he was like, huh? And I'm like, read the cup. And he's like, oh. So he goes ahead to read the cup and then he says, oh. It was the most excruciating 10 seconds of my life. My hands were so cold, but it was like May, so like, I was freaking out. Then he replies, okay. It takes me a second to register. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. Really? Yeah. Wait, for real? Yeah, I'll go with you to prom. My heart stopped for a little, not gonna lie. I kind of understood how marriage proposals felt when your, a significant other says yes. But that's not the end of the story. So we're walking down the stairs to the cafeteria, and Cinderella pops out again to talk to Kristoff. She sees the bubble tea and asks for a sip. He looks at me and immediately saw the fear in my eyes of being discovered, so he told her no, because it was his birthday gift. She pouted for a bit, and he gave her a sip, but thank God she didn't read the cup, and then she left right after. So Kristoff and I walked home together, just talking about it, and it was awkward because, getting fancy and everything wasn't really our thing as friends, but, it was for fun. Later that evening, I'm chilling on my laptop when I suddenly receive a message from Kristoff telling me he told Cinderella that he was going to prom with me, and that she's completely ignoring his texts and messages. Mind you, since they were tight, they texted and messaged each other pretty often, so this was kind of a big blow to him. We ended the conversation with him crying to bed and me feeling like crap. I mean, I didn't mean to cause all the drama. Anyway, the next day we met. It was actually a concert for a high school. The grade 10s were performing that night, and my brother and Kristoff's sister were in it. Cinderella was also in the band. So me and Kristoff meet up at the balcony, and we sit together waiting for the show to start. All of a sudden, I hear a very, very familiar voice behind me. I turn around, and it's Cinderella, and she's talking with my boy. So I'm like, oh, thank God, they made up. And so I'm asking her, like, hey, how you doing? She says, I'm great. I ask her, are you okay from last night? She goes, oh, you found out about that? And I'm like, yeah. We sat there in silence for a good 10 seconds. Then she asked me, so what does your dress look like? Oh, side note, I didn't even dance with my prom date. I danced with another guy. The first guy I asked to go to prom with.